the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
3rd down, 3 to go. From the gun, Richardson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That's Jonathan Bernard busting in to record the sack. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Let's go now.
Now here's Aaron Jones. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. That's Juju Brents in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll put Addison in motion. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Here's 2nd and 9. They run it once more with Jones. Woo! And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And after parting ways with the Packers, Jones kind of surprised some by staying in the NFC North. He signs with Minnesota, and he joins an offense that is loaded with talented skill players. So if he can continue to be the playmaker he's been throughout his career, they've got themselves a nice young group here in Minnesota, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense. And They've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line,
and he will score. Jordan Addison, touchdown Minnesota. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get on the field and get yourself in the end zone.
So 7-0 to score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first down, it's Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Second and a yard. Richardson gonna look to throw. And that's gonna be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked by the rookie from Arkansas. And the Vikings will take over at their own 15.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick. to save them some points.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. He'll have a yard or two up to about the 16. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. That one caught by the former Lion, T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
Nice job there by T.J. Hawkinson to pick up a fresh set of downs. And remember, Mike, he suffered that knee injury late last season, so it's just nice to see him back out onto the field since he's arrived via trade from Detroit to Minnesota. His production has skyrocketed. He can find that form again post-injury. He's one of the better weapons at the position in the league.
Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll put Addison in motion. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3rd and 6. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. This one batted in the air and intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Now the try for an extra point. His kick is good, and the Colts will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap. They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense. Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Take it in, back at his own 12. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
It's first down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in second and long.
On 2nd down, Richardson. He's going to let this one go deep. A dive, and he's got it. What an effort. What a catch. A big gainer for Indianapolis. 59 yards. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Allison. To the 20. And he will take this one in. 91 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. A huge play there. They go in the air. We only see a few touchdowns of that length all year. They go from backed up to in the end zone for a touchdown.
It is, Mike. In this case, most teams are saying, let's just pick up a first down. At the very least, get the ball somewhere in the end zone. And this guy, he's thinking taking it to distance, and that's exactly what he was able to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing is Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. Richardson. They'll tuck it in. The ball comes out. The Vikings have got it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. On third and a yard, it's McCarthy. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in. I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing, Richardson. Now he'll air one out. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Okudah.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll put Addison in motion. They'll begin with a zone read. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play. So we come to halftime in this two-touchdown game. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, here's McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison. And he's out of bounds, but all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big one there to start the second half. An even 40 yards. An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. The throw on the run is complete. That is a gain of 15 halfway there as he's down at the 15.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. McCarthy going to look to throw again. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings have run into a 24-7 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, Richardson. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand. Out of shotgun, Richardson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
A second down throw for Richardson. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. On play action, here's McCarthy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
15-yard pickup there. First down, Minnesota.
There's nothing harder in sports than being a young rookie starting quarterback. So here you have J.J. McCarthy. We saw him accomplish everything there was to have in Michigan in college, and now he finds himself in the league trying to make the adjustment. But if there's one thing every rookie quarterback would love to have, Mike, it's Justin Jefferson.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it, and not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down. To the air once more is McCarthy. Quick throw, fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. The Colts have got it. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
On first down, it's Richardson. He goes down dangerous right there, so close to the goal line. He is outside of the end zone, though. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
And when it comes to Turner, you're talking about a guy, Mike, that was the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, that probably says all you need to know. First-team All-American with 10 sacks, and he has a rare combination of length, but he's also very strong at the point of attack.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Downs goes in motion. Throwing on second down, Richardson. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. That's caught. A big connection to flip the field as they get across midfield on that one. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Now Richardson. He's going to air this one out. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Richardson. That one taken in by Mitchell. And the Colts are going to be set up. 1st and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line. Here's Richardson. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
On 2nd down, Richardson. This one caught at the 4. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Indy. Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Colts back within 10. It's now 24-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On the handoff, Jones. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Tarvarius Ward. On second down, here's McCarthy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but it still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Here's a third down and 4. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. He'll look underneath here for Jones. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. On the give, it's Jones. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Again, it's Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Here comes third and 6. Play action now. It's McCarthy. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Richardson gonna look to throw. He's gonna take a shot down the field. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. So after the big play to start, now we have first and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll take this down to about the 7. Now here's second and goal. Richardson. And he will score. Game on. Adonai Mitchell. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the fourth quarter. Looking to double up here. Score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. That one good for 15 and a 1st down. To the right side, this is Jones. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Over the middle, that's the tight end Hawkinson.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll drop to throw. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Richardson. That's caught. It's Mitchell. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. That one good for 29.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Richardson. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Out of shotgun, Richardson. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive, this one for 23 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
On 2nd and long. To throw, it's Richardson. Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down. Richardson to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Noise reverberating off the roof. Very loud before 3rd down. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. the crowd a major factor now as we get to third down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Here's Richardson. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. The extra point is good, and the Colts have taken a 4-point advantage. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. This is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Open man, downfield, it's Hopkinson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Thrown left side, the catch is made. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. And they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
Throwing again is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish as this one will come to an end. So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch.